What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Zach. This is your mental health check in. How's your mindset? Please be 100% honest with me. Thank you in advance for those that are being honest. Because let me tell you something. So many people go through so much hell that it causes them to have a lot on their mind. And unfortunately, yes, it causes people depression. And depression can unfortunately cause someone to be deceased. And I know that because, again, even myself, I know a lot of people. I know people. Depression can really fuck with your mind. And it's sad to say it that way, but it's true. And I've got like I said, like I've told you about a buddy of mine that calls me his big brother, as I call him my little brother. My little brother, he went through months of it as well, and called me one night and said, "Thank you for a great life." And when he said that, I'm not kidding you, that floored me. Just to hear those words, I mean, that just flat out floored me. I wasn't expecting to hear that, And when he said that to me, I thought, no. What's going on? And then finally he told me, because of his disability, he had trouble with dating, relationships, and you know what? I stayed up with him, I think, until like 3 o'clock the next morning it was, and made sure he was okay. And at 3 o'clock in the morning, he said, "I'm tired. I'm going to go to bed. I appreciate you staying up with me." So I thought, all right. I said, "Do me one favor. Call me the next morning when you get up, so I know you're okay." Deal. Then the next morning, around 9, 10 o'clock, I think it was, he called me. He said, "Just want to let you know I'm still here." And that meant the world to me, knowing that I was able to step in that situation and save somebody's life, And I'm not kidding y'all. My little brother means more to me than I can tell you, And it's one that I'm honored to call my little brother. And to be honest with you, 100% honest with you, I've been in that same situation. In other words, I've been through that with having the girl problem, with finding that girlfriend. Now, no, I'm not like gonna, like what I was telling you I am. But, there for a long time, yeah, that hit me. I mean, that hit me hard. Because that's something that I always wanted, for myself. I wanted to see myself happy with somebody. I wanted something, because my dad wanted to see me happy. It was like with that one woman, my mom also wanted to see me happy. And sadly, it's never happened. I'm 37, and it feels like now that, people are just, people are more into, past that stage, past that stage. And it sucks, yes. But again, I've been through the same situations as I'm, explaining to you here. But I was able to stay up with him the whole night and say, look, you're better than what females are making you feel like, or what people are making you feel like. And I say that because of the things that he's been through. I say that because of things my little brothers went through. You know what? I've been through it as well. And it sucks more than I can explain. I shouldn't have to be 37 and, to go on about things like this. But if that's what it takes to save someone's life, I'm going to do it. Because I know for a fact that I'm not the only one that's gone through it. I know he's not the only one that's gone through it with, finding that girlfriend. I know there's billions of people out there that's gone through the same hell. And you know what? Nobody deserves that. Getting treated like that. No matter a person's disability, look beyond that disability. In other words, when you look at a person maybe with a wheelchair, I'm going to go with that example because, I've got a wheelchair, so I'm just going with that example because of, from my point of view. When you see a person with a wheelchair, guess what? That person with the wheelchair is just like you, the person that's walking on their feet. 100% human, with 100% different, 100% true story about them. Also, yes, feeling head to toe. Feelings head to toe. And I get it. When talking to somebody, when talking to somebody, you're in a wheelchair and someone's standing. It seems like when you talk to somebody, it goes in one ear, right out the other. But when two people are standing up talking to each other, it just goes from one person to the other person. It sticks. So remember that when you're talking to somebody. Remember that, if you're talking to somebody, if you're the one standing and they're the one in the wheelchair, or maybe you're, they're the one standing and you're the one in a wheelchair, for example. Or maybe you both are standing, but maybe they have a cane, a walking cane, or crutches, or even a walker, because of their disability. Take that in your mindset. Put your mindset in. Take that, try to envision that person without that wheelchair, without that walker, without those crutches. And what do you have? You have a 100% human with a 100% true story, but 100% different, 100% true story about them. We all have a story about us. But each and every one of us have a 100% different story about us. 100% true, but 100% different about us. So always keep that in mind. Before you feel like you're gonna start being an ass and judging someone, remember that. Because how you treat someone, they remember real quick how they were treated. Um, with that said, think about this one. Some people will just say stupid things just to make you feel like shit. There's just no other way to say it. Especially take somebody that's walking. They'll say something to somebody in a wheelchair that makes them feel like complete shit. And I say that because guess what? I'm one of them that's happened to. That's been about 6 years ago, maybe 7, if I'm doing math right in my mind. But what happened was, like, again, I asked a female out. And in my face, they said, "Oh, we're taking a break. Just, I've had too much heartbreak, just taking a break." But as soon as I turned around to leave the building that I was at, I just happened to peer over my shoulder enough just to see them pointing at me and said, "He's fake." And y'all, still today, that sticks with me. That has stuck with me. And it hurts like hell still. And a lot of people say, "Man, you hold on to a lot of things." Well, yeah. When you are 100% human, with a 100% different, but also 100% true story about you, you damn straight I'm going to hang on to it. People think they see the people that, that see you in a wheelchair or on, walking with a walker or walking with crutches. And they think they can just, carry on and get away with things and think nothing's going to happen, nothing of it, They think, they're on a walker, they're on a wheelchair, they're on crutches. Man, it's no big deal. Guess what? It is a big deal. It's a lot bigger deal than what a lot of people care to admit that they know. Because a lot of people might hear somebody say, they didn't realize this, or they didn't realize that, or I didn't realize this, or I didn't realize that. Guess what? They do realize it. They're just hoping that you yourself don't realize that they realize what they've done or what they've said to you. Because when that happened to me, when I got called fake, I got that look like, you are dumb. I didn't say that. Guess what? Yeah, you did. Guess what? I remember it. I wouldn't have said it if I didn't hear it. And then, of course, admitted, but I use that as an example here on YouTube because things like that happen. That's how a lot of people see people. You know, a lot of people, again, they'll see, that are walking, standing, walking with a walker or crutches, or, they're not sitting down going from point A to point B. They're walking from point A to point B. They'll, you, us as people that are, us as people that are sitting down will get messed with like that. And you know what? It hurts again. It hurts like hell. It hurts like hell. You know? And that's, a lot of people don't get that. And again, a lot of people do get that. They just don't give a crap. Guess what? I do give a crap. I give a lot of crap because I care. And that's why I'm saying this right now, because I really do care. And I hope that each and every one of you know that are watching this here on YouTube, I hope you know that I see you just as you, a 100% human being with a 100% different, also 100% true story about you. I don't see you as in I can't, see through the screen. But I mean, when you leave a comment or comments or what, or even the shares or all the subscribers, I get it. 100% get it. But like I said, there's so many people that, will see you with the disability and think, oh, that dummy. We can say whatever we want. And we can get past this person because they got their disability. We can get past this person. And again, that's not true at all. Just because a person has a disability doesn't mean shit. They're just as human. We're all just as human as you persons walking. No matter what someone says, remember, you're 100% human, 100% different, also 100% true story about you. Again, that's how a lot of people are. Now, with that said, there's a lot of good people out there. A lot of good people. And I know a lot of good people. I know those good people. Trust me. But with that said, a lot of people will see you with a disability. At least in my experience, I'll put it that way. And think, oh, we can say whatever. They ain't gonna notice it. Because they're in a wheelchair, or they're on a walker, or they're on crutches or something. They won't notice it. Screw it. We'll say this to them. We'll say that to them. We can tear them down, and they won't give a crap. Guess what? They do. We all do. We all give a crap. Because when you're talking like that to somebody in a wheelchair, for example, again, this has happened to me too. More than I can tell you. This has happened in my 37 years. I still can't believe I'm saying 37 years now. Damn. Time flies. But with that said, that's how so many people want to be. But let me tell you this. You're smarter than what a lot of people will make you realize or make you think. Just because you have a disability don't mean nothing. Again, the word disability, the disability that you're given, like, say for me, I was born with spina bifida, like I've mentioned, mine is level 1. It's just because of my balance. Again, whatever disability that you have, that's a title. That's just a title, to some extent. I'll put it that way. Well, whatever disability that you have is just a title of what you're born with. Or just a title to say, okay, well, he's not walking, he's in a wheelchair, but this is what we see when he was born. That's how I see things. I mean, with my situation, okay. And like I said, it's different for everyone. Because like I said, we all have a 100% different, but also 100% true story about us. So with that said, keep being you. Let nothing or no one hold you back. I'm proud of each and every one of you. I love you all. And yes, I am making this a working paying job for the number one reason. And that is because I love to help people get through anything that you or they go through or also have been through. Because like I said, even yes, the past can and does unfortunately sneak up on us all. And yes, the past sneaks up on some of us, or the past sneaks up on a lot of us more than what some people might realize. And again, some people realize it, they just don't give a shit. No matter what you're going through. That's just how some people are, I guess. But me, I care a bunch about what you go through. And that's one reason that I do these YouTube videos, is because I do care what you go through. And I do these to show you, look, that somebody's listening. Somebody's got you. And let me remind you again that this is and always will be your safe space. I promise you that. Keep being you and let nothing or no one hold you back. I'm proud of you. I love you. I appreciate each and every one of you for always showing up, always being here. I appreciate all the comments, the likes, the shares, and I love the subscribers. Yeah, we went down a little bit. We went up a little bit, down a little bit. But I cannot say thank you enough to each and every one of you for all you've done from day one, from being here, just for being here, and for all the likes, the shares, and the comments, and all of the subscribers. Y'all mean a lot. And I hope that you know that. You mean more than you know to a lot of people, including myself. And again, that's why I'm doing this. Because I care about a lot of people. And I also do this to raise awareness and say, look, this is what people with disabilities go through. This is what people who have, been bullied or get bullied or dealt with mean people. This is what they go through. This is how they feel. Or people, also with depression. I do this to raise awareness for them, for us, because I've also went through it. Does it suck? Again, yes. But again, that's why I do what I do. I love y'all. So keep being you. Let nothing hold you back. I'm proud of you, and I want to see y'all tomorrow, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day, the next day. So stay in the fight. I get it. It's tough. Some days are tougher than others. Take that towel that I've told you about before. Take that towel, wipe that sweat off your face, and get back in the fight. If you jumped out of the fight, get back in the fight and keep going. I'm proud of you. Let me know in the comments also if there's anything that you would like to hear, and I'll get that done for you. Also, when I respond to your comments, I will subscribe to your YouTube channel if I'm not already subscribed. If I'm already subscribed, I'm still going to reply to your comments. But if I'm not subscribed, obviously, I'm going to subscribe to your YouTube channel and reply to your comments. Also, if you haven't yet, please hit that subscribe button. It's down here somewhere. I think on my side right here. It's over on the right side. So if you haven't yet, please hit that subscribe button. I would appreciate it. And again, if I'm not subscribed to you and I see that you're subscribed to me, I got you. My name is Zach. I appreciate y'all watching. And I got you. I've got you anytime, day or night. Promise you. Appreciate y'all. Much love. And let's get it.